Yeah, I've seen that. There are some Americans, liberals and Democrats and so on, who are saying that they won't support Gaza anymore because they've had some pro-Palestinians and Muslims and so on criticize them for supporting Kamala Harris. They said that if you're supporting Kamala Harris, then you need to remove your pro-Palestinian symbols and pro-Palestinian slogans from your social media account because it makes you look like a hypocrite, number one. And number two, it gives the false impression that Kamala Harris is pro-Palestinian. So these Democrats, these liberals, are saying that they won't support Gaza anymore because they don't like for people like us to try to tell them to not support Kamala Harris. And because domestic politics matters more to them than anything else. And they're basically saying that we're not keeping our end of the bargain because they supported us with Palestine, so we're supposed to support them, and so on. Well, this just demonstrates what I've always talked about. Everything is transactional with them. Everything is transactional with these people. They don't do this or that thing because it's moral according to their internalized values. No, they do it for some benefit, or they do it for some kind of leverage, or they do it for some individual personal reasons that actually have nothing to do with right and wrong. I remember seeing people talking about how Muslims shouldn't talk about Palestine as a Muslim issue. They should talk about it as a human issue, as a humanitarian issue, and what have you. As if someone who cares about humanitarian issues needs me to tell them that. You know, as if you're if you're someone with an internalized value system, you don't need anyone to explain to you that this or that issue relates to your internalized values. No. If it's a Muslim issue for us, that doesn't mean it can't be a human issue for you. If you're genuinely someone who cares about human issues, you don't need me to tell you that. You don't need me to convince you that it's a humanitarian issue. Your own conscience will tell you that. And it shouldn't matter to you one way or another what my reasons are for caring about Palestine. Why do you need me to make your reasons my reasons? I don't need my reasons to be your reasons. So, okay, I disagree with you about Kamala Harris, and I think that you're a hypocrite for supporting Kamala Harris and also at the same time saying that you're pro-Palestinian. Okay, that's my opinion. And what you do to prove me wrong is continue to support Gaza out of your own sense of justice and right and wrong. But you see how they do. They're proving that they're hypocrites because they're ready to drop Gaza the moment that you don't go along with their political views. And yes, you can do that. You can drop Gaza from your protest playlist because that's all it is to you. It's not a Muslim issue to you, and it's not even a human issue to you. If it was, you wouldn't stop supporting Gaza until Gaza stopped needing to be supported. But you'll drop it over Kamala Harris. You'll drop it over petty partisan politics because Gaza is nothing but a song on your playlist that you like to play to make yourself feel like a moral and righteous person. And now you can just put a different song on. You can just play a different song, play the Kamala song, so that you can virtue signal about how good you are compared to the people who are playing the Trump song. That's all it is. You're a hypocrite. And that's fine, because of course you're a hypocrite. You can hardly be anything else because of the society that you come from, the society that you came up in. You were never actually equipped with moral depth as a human being. You grew up in a society where everything is transactional, where everything is superficial, where everything is childish. So I already know from the beginning that the issue of Palestine is never going to mean to you what it does to us, because nothing can mean anything to you as deeply as things can mean to us. Because by nature, you're always going to be less mature, less intellectually sophisticated. You'll always have less depth. You'll always be less grounded. Your morality will always be arbitrary and fleeting and malleable. And that's not your fault. You're not a Muslim. And without the clarity and the understanding of Islam that Islam gives you, you're always going to exist in the shallow end of the pool. So you think that you're doing us a favor, and you think that you're doing the Palestinians a favor by supporting Gaza. And because you're doing us all this great favor, we're supposed to be grateful and reciprocal. We're supposed to support you and support what you support. See, you're applying capitalist market principles to morality. You probably think of yourself as a socialist, but you're a moral capitalist. No, whoever does good for his or her own soul. And whoever does evil to the detriment of his or her own soul. And if you're an American, you're a citizen and a taxpayer of a country that's committing the genocide in Gaza, and no one bears more responsibility for that carnage than you do. So if you are actively supporting Palestine, then you are at least disavowing and disowning and distancing yourself from what your government does, because Judgment Day is real. We can't help you on Judgment Day, and the Palestinians can't help you on Judgment Day, but you can help yourself by doing the right thing before Judgment Day. So I'll tell my brothers and sisters, my Muslim brothers and sisters, for non-Muslims who are supporting Palestine, okay, that's good for them. They should support Palestine. But them supporting it or not supporting it has nothing to do with us. So don't put your faith in these people and don't put your trust in these people, not on the issue of Palestine or anything else, because they don't mean anything they say, period. They don't mean it the way you do, because they're just not that deep. Their morality is like rain that falls on the surface of a rock and that slips right off. It's not like with you. With you, it's like the rain landing on fertile soil, and the soil absorbs that rain, and the soil is enriched by that rain, and it makes things grow. Well, they're not like that, except for very few of them. So let the both of you just work on two separate parallel tracks. But carpool with the Muslims. Don't carpool with them. Because if you carpool with them, you never know where that car is going to end up. And if they really do care about Palestine, then nothing is going to make them stop caring about Palestine until the issue is resolved. So if you see people who are ready to deprioritize stopping a genocide over petty partisan politics, well, all I can say is don't ever let your expectations of non-Muslims be so high that they can ever disappoint you.